morning. Good evening.
Good morning.
Good morning po, dear Dennis.
Good morning.
Madam Vice Chair, we have a forum na po, so we can start this later.
Okay po, let's start. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 67th online meeting of the DICT Background today, December 4, 2023. And please be reminded that this meeting is being recorded for the documentation purposes. And to promote transparency pursuant to Section 38 of RA Form 009, the copy of this recording will be uploaded on the DICT official YouTube channel. Please do visit the Department of ICT Philippines in YouTube. Thank you. And we would like to acknowledge the presence of our quorum, starting with the provisional member and user, Mr. Angel B. Sobrepeña III, regular member, Director Dennis E. Morales, and this meeting is being presided over by the Vice Chairperson, Director Mina Lindsay Peralta. With that, the back secretariat confirms the presence of our quorum for today's meeting. Madam Vice Chair, with your permission po, we will now present the agenda.
Yes, please do so. Thank you.
Presented on the screen is the sole agenda for this meeting. We have a private conference of procurement of AI platforms, credit software tools with the approved budget of the contract amounting to 19,943,638 pesos. And again, the end user of this project po is Mr. Angel B. Sobrepeña III. With this po, may we request the approval of the back members on the presented agenda, please.
Motion to approve the presented agenda, Madam Chair.
I second the motion, Madam Chair.
With that, today's agenda is approved.
Madam Vice Chair, before po we proceed to the presentation of the detail of this project, we would like to ask your permission po to admit or accept other participants and the prospective leader to join this meeting.
Yes, please do so. Thank you.
For a while lang po, we're just coordinating lang po sa mga prospective leaders to join this. Thank you po. Madam Vice Chair, the leader is already here po in the meeting room. So we will now proceed po on the presentation of the detail for this project po. So may we call on po Ms. Naarni to present and discuss the detail for this project. Thank you.
Good morning po. Welcome everyone. The DICT now invites bids for the project. Bid reference number DICT BAP-2025-136 for the project name for the procurement of AI platform credits software tools. For the approved budget for the contract is 19,943,638 pesos. For the project details, the invitation to bid for the project was posted on November 27, 2025 on the following websites: PJEPS, DICT, and e-procurement websites, and as well as the ICT bulletin board. Invitation to observers for the pre-bid conference were sent on November 28, 2025 to the following: Commission on Audit, Chief Information Officers Forum Condition Inc., Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines Inc., and Philippine Computer Society. For the prospective bidders who registered for today's pre-bid conference, the White Clock Technologies Inc. For the points of discussion, the project details, house rules, schedule of activities, instructions to bidders, checklist of technical and financial documents, two envelope system and proper sealing and markings, bid data sheet, technical specifications, forms, post-qualification documents, and reminders to bidders. House rules. Everyone is encouraged to make clarifications, identify name and company before raising a question. Limit questions, details of the procurement at hand. Instructions to bidders. Corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, and coercive practices. The procuring entity, as well as the bidders and suppliers, shall observe the highest standard of ethics during the procurement and execution of the contract. Through an agent shall not engage in corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, coercive, and obstructive practices defined under RA 12009 or other integrity violations in competing for the project. Conflict of interest. All bidders found to have conflicting interests shall be disqualified to participate in the procurement at hand without prejudice to the imposition of appropriate administrative, civil, and criminal sanctions. All bidding documents shall be accompanied by an omnibus sworn statement of the bidder that is not related by the consanguinity or affinity up to the third level to the whole procurement agent, the head of the procurement management office, the end user or implementing unit, or any members of the Bids and Awards Committee, Technical Working Group, and back secretariat. The bidder shall also disclose the ultimate beneficial ownership of an entity. Failure to comply shall be ground for the automatic disqualification of the bid in consonance with Section 59 of the IRR. For the eligible bidders, only bids of bidders found to be legally, technically, and financially capable will be evaluated. Foreign ownership, limited to those allowed under the rules, may participate in this project. GOCCs may be eligible to participate only if they can establish that they are legally and financially autonomous, operate under commercial law, and are not attached agencies of the procuring entity. The bidder must complete it within the period of 3 years from the submission of the bid, unless a shorter period is indicated in the invitation to bid and BDS. The SLCC that is similar to the procurement project to be bid and whose volume must be equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC adjusted to current prices using the Philippine Statistics Authority price indices. The bidder must submit a computation of its financial contracting capacity, which must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid. Subcontracting is not allowed. Clarifications of amendment of bidding documents. Requests for clarification should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the back secretariat, back at tict.gov.ph, and back.secretariat@tict.gov.ph. Deadline for the request for clarification is on December 6, 2025 at 5 o'clock p.m. Copies of supplemental bid bulletins, if any, should be posted at the PhilJobs website, the DICT website, and bulletin board at the ICT lobby. The eligibility requirements or statement, the bids, and all other documents to be submitted to the PAC must be in English. If the eligibility requirements or statements, the bids, and all the other documents submitted to the PAC are in foreign language and other than English, it must be accompanied by a translation of the documents in English. For contracting parties to the Apostle Convention, the document shall be authenticated through an apostle by the competent authority as defined in Section 20.9.2 of IRR, except for countries identified by the DFA that will still require legalization by the relevant embassy or consulate. For the documents comprising the bid, technical and financial components. For the technical documents, including the eligibility documents, first, the PhilJobs Certificate of Registration, Platinum Membership, all pages, Statement of SLCC, NFCC computation or committed line of credit, statement of all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity with the contract to be bid. If applicable, JVA or in the absence of a JVA, duly notarized statement from all potential JV partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful. Next is the bid security in the prescribed form and amount in accordance with ITB Clause 16 and validity period under ITB Clause 15. Schedule of requirements, technical specifications, which may be include production or delivery schedule, manpower requirements, or after-sales service or parts if applicable, and the following required certifications. First is the consultant must have at least 3 years of proven experience in artificial intelligence, system integration, and or cloud platform management, and shall submit valid and certification or documentary proof such as contracts, completion certificates, or equivalent evidence during bid submission to substantiate compliance. The next certificate is the minimum team composition shall include 1 AI specialist, 1 cloud engineer, and 1 data governance officer. Each member must possess relevant technical expertise and experience in their respective roles, and the bidder shall submit valid certifications or documentary proof such as training certificates, employment records, or equivalent evidence during bid submission to substantiate compliance with required qualifications. Next is the omnibus sworn statement. And for foreign bidders claiming eligibility by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos, a certification for the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in the government procurement activities for the same item or product. For the financial documents, first, the bid form, which includes the bid price, the price schedules in accordance with ITB Clause 13.1, and if applicable, certificate of domestic preference in accordance with ITB Clause 25. Bid and payment currency, payment of the contract price shall be made in Philippine peso. For the bid price, use the proper form for goods offered from within the Philippines or goods offered from abroad in indicating price schedule. For the bid validity, bid shall remain valid for periods specified in the BDS, which shall not exceed 120 calendar days from the date of the opening of bids. For the bid security, all bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in the BDS. For the format and signing of bids, bidders shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representatives using the appropriate forms provided in Section 8, Philippine Bidding Document, related forms and/or before the deadline specified in ITB Clause 19 in two separate sealed bid envelopes. Forms, as mentioned in ITB Clause 17.1, must be completed without any alterations to their format. No substitute form shall be accepted. Each and every page of the bid form, including the price schedule under Section 8, shall be signed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Failure to do so shall be a ground for the rejection of the bid. Any insertion, erasures, or overwriting shall be valid only if they are signed or initialed by the duly authorized representatives of the bidder. For the sealing of markings of bids, they have two technical components. First is the technical component and the financial component. For the technical component, original copy, duplicate copy, and triplicate copy. For the financial component, original copy, duplicate copy, and triplicate copy. For the sealing and markings of these, for Department of Information Communications Technology, from name of bidder in capital letters, address of bidder in capital letters, and the project is procurement of AI platform credits, software tools. For the bid reference, the ICT BAC 2025-136. So in capital letters, do not open before December 16, 2025 at 10 o'clock a.m. For the copies, each bidder shall submit one original and 2 copies of the required documents. For the deadline for submission of bids, deadline for the submission of bids is on December 16, 2025, 9 o'clock a.m. and the opening of bids is December 16, 2025, 10 o'clock a.m. For the bid evaluation, reminding bidders to kindly break down all the costs of taxes pursuant to Section 61.22 RRR of RA 12009 to meet all bidders shall be required to include all the costs of all taxes, such as but not limited to value-added tax, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies and duties, which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the detailed estimates. Such bids, including said taxes, shall be the basis for bid evaluation and comparison. Opening and preliminary examination of bids. The manner of opening of bids for the goods will depend on the award criterion to be adopted. The law is calculated in responsive bid. For LCRB, the BAC through its secretariat shall open the technical and financial proposal on the same day. For the bid data sheet, The contract similar to the project shall be supply and delivery of AI tools or application development using AI tools. Should have been completed within the last 3 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. For the bid security, shall be in the form of a bid security declaration or any of the following forms and amount. For the bank draft, guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit and surety bond amounting at 997,181.90 centavos. For the post-qualification documents, the bidder within 5 calendar days from receipt of notice from the bank that is submitted in the LCB, MIAP, or MAB shall submit all the eligibility documents supporting its pre-job certificate of registration, its latest income and business tax return filed for the preceding quarter should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission and receipt of bid, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law stated in the PDS. For the forms, schedule of requirements, technical specifications, bid form, price schedule for goods offered from abroad, price schedule for goods offered from within the Philippines, bid securing declaration, and omnibus sworn statement. So this is the forms for the bid form. The price schedule for goods within the Philippines, and the price schedule for goods from abroad, and bid securing declaration form, omnibus sworn statement form, and this is the schedule of requirements. Reminders to bidders, the clock at the 19th floor, Studio 7 using the Philippine Standard Time is the official reference time during submission and receipt of bids. A member of the PRAC Secretariat will be assigned to receive the bid documents at 19th floor, Studio 7 lobby shall be stamped this as received. Bidders are reminded that entry inside the DICT premises is subject to the safety in place, and processing of payment for the bidding documents prior to the submission of the actual bid offer may take time. Presence in the DICT premises does not constitute submission on time, which shall refer to the actual handover of the bid proposal to the authorized personnel of the PAC Secretariat. Requests for clarification should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the PAC Secretariat, pac@dict.gov.ph, and bac.secretariat@dict.gov.ph. The deadline for request for clarification is on December 6, 2025, 5:00 p.m. Copies of supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the PJOB's website, the DICT websites, and bulletin board at the ICT lab. Common causes of ineligibility and disqualification, invalid PJOB certification, and underlying supporting documents pursuant to Section 20.2.9.1 IRR of R 12009. All Class A eligibility documents indicated in Annex A of the PJOB's registration certificate must be current, valid, and updated at the time of bid submission. The failure by the prospective bidder to update the certification with the current and updated Class A eligibility document shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of the certificate until such time that all the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. Thus, prospective bidders are required to update their previous registration certificates prior to the submission of their bids. Failure to attach the required supporting documents for the statement of largest completed contract similar to the project to the bid, submission of unsigned documents, submission of audited financial statement without stamp receipt of the BRR, if an AFS was filed and paid through electronic filing and payment systems, there is no need for the stamp receipt of the BRR. Instead, bidders must submit their proof of AFS e-submission, BRR's email confirmations receipt of returns or document with its filing reference number or transaction code. Failure to submit the bid securing declaration in the prescribed format attached in the bidding documents. Failure to submit lead securing declaration and omnibus warrant statement without a jurat is required in the form of provided in the bidding documents pursuant to the latest rules on notarial practice. Failure to indicate compliance in the technical specifications and to attach proof of compliance if applicable. For submission of bids through courier service, bidder are reminded that the courier service personnel must submit the bid proposal to a personnel of the PAC Secretariat Division at the office address provided below. Bid submission proposal left by the courier service personnel at the lobby. Guard or any other personnel or staff aside from the authorized PAC Secretariat personnel will not be considered submitted for purpose of bid opening. The responsibility to ensure that the courier service personnel submits the bid proposal to the authorized PAC Secretariat personnel is the sole responsibility of the prospective bidder.
Accessing the e-procurement website. Open any web browser and go the https://eprocurement.dict.gov.ph. Click the Sign Up button. Provide a valid email address. Create a password with at least 8 alphanumeric characters, 1 uppercase, a number, and a symbol. Repeat your password for confirmation. Tick the checkbox to agree to the terms and conditions. And click Create Account button. Open the email account that you provided during registration. Check your inbox and verify your account by following the instructions in the email. Click Activate Your Account button. Go back to the e-procurement system and enter your registered email address and password. Click Login button, and you will be redirected to the onboarding page. Input your personal information and click Next button. Input your company information and click Next button. Review the information you provided and click Confirm button. Once onboarded, you will be redirected to the homepage/dashboard. Select the procurement project you wish to participate in by clicking the View Complete Details button. Select the lot you wish to participate and click Participate in Bidding button. A confirmation modal will appear. Review the details, click the Confirm button, and you will be redirected to the payment window. Select your preferred payment method from the list and click Pay Now button. Print and save the receipt as proof of payment and for reference. You may also check your email to view your receipt. Click the Go Back to Merchant button. You will be redirected to the My Transactions page, where a list of your transactions will be displayed.
Madam Badger, for the technical specification, may we respectfully seek your guidance po on whether to proceed with a detailed reading of the technical specification or to dispense with it and proceed on the question and answer for this project po.
Please proceed with the detailed reading. Thank you.
Noted po. May we request po the end user to present the technical specification and discuss with it po. Thank you po.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For these specifications, scope of work, the scope of this procurement covers the acquisition and provision of AI platform credits, enterprise software tools, and managed consulting services to support the DICT AI Development Hub and War Room. The winning bidder shall provide enterprise-grade credits or subscriptions for artificial intelligence platforms to be utilized by the DICT AI Development Hub and War Room. The credits must be usable in platforms such as OpenAI, Claude, or other comparable AI platforms and shall include features such as access to enterprise-grade large language models, meeting the performance and compliance benchmarks, access to embedding bundles for semantic search, knowledge retrieval, and classification tasks, capabilities for fine-tuning and customization of AI models, secure integration with the ICT systems for research, software development, knowledge management, and e-governance applications. Any publicly available model of OpenAI or Anthropic Claude at the time of use. The service provider must provide the latest stable release version of their respective AI models available at the time of deployment. Allow the ICT to increase or expand the allocation of AI platform credits as requirements evolve. The supplier shall ensure that credits are flexible and transferable across supported AI platforms, not limited to a single vendor. Account and subscription management allow for the addition, reallocation, or migration of users and credits without service disruption. Subscription arrangements are cost optimized and adaptable, providing options for scaling based on usage and project demand. Include but shall not be limited to the following services as part of the provision of AI platform credits. Enterprise account setup and administration under the IT control with role-based access management and security safeguards. Usage monitoring and reporting tools to ensure transparency in consumption and accountability of resources. Onboarding support and training materials to guide the ICT personnel in effective platform utilization. Technical documentation and knowledge resources on platform features, integration, and best practices. Ongoing technical support and escalation procedures with defined service level commitments. Access to continuous updates and new AI model features as released by platform providers. Validity of credits or subscriptions for a minimum period of 12 months from activation with provisions for renewal or expansion. Provide enterprise-grade credits, subscriptions, or licenses for software platforms that will enable the DICT AI Development Hub and War Room to effectively carry out back-end development, workflow automation, research, monitoring, and design functions. Provide the following required software platforms. 3 types of enterprise-grade large language model or LLM platform, enterprise containerization platform, business tier, enterprise backend as a service team or pro tier, enterprise collaborative design platform, organization tier, enterprise web deployment and edge delivery platform, pro tier, enterprise observability and monitoring platform, enterprise infrastructure as code or IAC platform. Provide expert consulting services in artificial intelligence to assist the ICT in the effective adoption, integration, and governance of AI technologies within the AI Development Hub and War Room. The required services shall include but not limited to advisory support on AI solution architecture, deployment strategies, and integration with existing DICT systems, capacity building and knowledge transfer, including staff training, workshops, and development of technical guides, policy and compliance advisory, ensuring that AI adoption aligns with government standards on data privacy, cybersecurity, and ethical AI use, on-demand technical expertise for AI model evaluation, prototyping, design. Allow the ICT to adjust the scope and scale of consulting services based on evolving requirements. The supplier shall ensure that consulting resources can be scaled up or down depending on project priorities. Expertise is broad and adaptable, covering at multiple AI domains and use cases. Engagements may be delivered on-site or remotely as required by the ICT. The consultancy term may be extended or expanded upon mutual agreement subject to the ICT requirements. The consulting engagement shall include but not be limited to initial assessment report on the ICT's AI readiness and opportunities for AI adoption, monthly advisory sessions to provide expert guidance on ongoing projects. quarterly capability assessments measuring progress in staff upskilling and AI adoption. Final consolidated report summarizing outcomes, lessons learned, and strategic recommendations. Knowledge sharing deliverables, including training modules, playbooks, and best practice guidelines. Validity of engagement for a minimum of 12 months with provisions for renewal or expansion. Any unused or remaining service credits at the end of the contract period shall be carried over and remain valid until fully utilized, subject to mutual agreement between the procuring entity and the supplier. The supplier shall ensure that such credits remain available without additional cost or reduction in service quality until consumption or expiration as agreed upon in writing. The ICT retains ownership of all deliverables produced under the project, including datasets, documentation, and training materials, while service provider retains proprietary rights only to their pre-existing technologies. This safeguards government-developed assets and ensures continuity. The supplier shall ensure full compliance with the Data Privacy Act of 2012, RA 1017-3, its implementing rules and regulations, and all related issuance of the National Privacy Commission. All collected, processed, or stored personal information in relation to this project shall be handled with the highest degree of confidentiality using appropriate technical and organizational measures to protect data privacy and security. Consultants must have at least 3 years of proven experience in artificial intelligence, systems integration, and/or cloud platform management, and shall submit valid certification or documentary proof such as contracts, completion certificates, or equivalent evidence during bid submission to substantiate compliance. The minimum team composition shall include 1 AI specialist, 1 cloud engineer, and 1 data governance officer. Each member must possess relevant technical expertise and experience in their respective roles, and the bidder shall submit valid certifications or documentary proof such as training certificates, employment records, or equivalent evidence during bid submission to substantiate compliance with the required qualifications. Project procurement boundaries, technical requirements for the required software platform, enterprise-grade large language model platform number 1. Quantity, 45,851 input tokens, 131,003 hashed input tokens, 819 output tokens. Tier, enterprise, must support advanced natural language reasoning and multi-domain knowledge processing. Must handle extended context inputs, minimum 100,000 tokens for long document and dataset analysis. Must provide multi-language support with human-level comprehension and output quality. Must support code generation, refactoring, and explanation across multiple programming languages. Must allow secure API integration into existing enterprise workflows and applications. Must provide enterprise account management with multi-user licensing under one organization. Must include end-to-end encryption, role-based access control, and compliance with ISO 27001 or equivalent. Enterprise Large Language Model Platform number 2. Quantity, 11,827 input tokens, 1,274 output tokens. Must support advanced reasoning and analytical tasks while maintaining efficient processing speed and predictable cost performance for enterprise use. Must be capable of handling extended context inputs of at least 200,000 tokens to ensure whole document, dataset, or multi-chapter analysis in a single query. Must provide multimodal comprehension, including accurate interpretation of text, tables, charts, and other structured data. Must deliver multi-language support with high reliability in professional, legal, and technical domains. Must implement robust safety and alignment controls to ensure reliable, responsible, and policy-compliant outputs. Must allow secure API programmability with support for multi-user organizational licensing and centralized management. Must include end-to-end encryption, role-based access control, and compliance with ISO 27001 or equivalent standards. A3 Enterprise large language model, platform number 3. Quantity, 5 seats, must support state-of-the-art reasoning capabilities, enabling complex multi-step problem solving, research analysis, and strategic decision support. Must handle extended context windows of at least 200,000 tokens, allowing analysis of entire datasets, multi-document research, and comprehensive records in a single query. Must demonstrate advanced comprehension in technical, legal, and scientific domains, providing consistent, high-accuracy outputs suitable for government and enterprise use. Must include robust multimodal support, including the ability to interpret charts, tables, and structured or unstructured data formats. Must implement advanced safety, reliability, and alignment safeguards, ensuring compliant and trustworthy responses for sensitive applications. Must allow secure API programmability with enterprise account management for multi-user licensing under a centralized organizational framework. Must provide role-based access control, end-to-end encryption, and adhere to ISO 27001 or equivalent information security standards. Enterprise containerization platform, business tier. Quantity, 10 seats, must provide a containerization and application packing platform that supports development, testing, and production at enterprise scale. Must include enterprise account management with at least 10 developer seats centrally managed under one organization. Must provide a secure private container registry with role-based access control, single sign-on, and policy enforcement for container image usage. Must support image vulnerability scanning and compliance reporting to meet government audit and security requirements. Must include team and organizational policy controls, enabling administrators to enforce security and operational standards across all users. Must provide audit logging of container builds, pushes, and pulls for monitoring and compliance with COA regulations. Must integrate with common CI or CD workflows and allow API programmability for automated deployments. Must ensure end-to-end encryption, TLS 1.2+, and compliance with ISO 27001 or equivalent standards. Enterprise backend as a service, team or pro tier. Quantity, 1 project. Must provide a fully managed SQL database service, PostgreSQL standard or ability, and automated backups. Must include built-in authentication and authorization services, supporting multi-factor authentication, role-based access control, and single sign-on. Must provide serverless edge functions and auto-generated APIs for secure and scalable integration into enterprise applications. Must support real-time data subscriptions, enabling push-based updates without polling. Must include object or file storage with built-in access policies seamlessly integrated with the database and authentication layer. Must allow team-based project management with centralized billing and collaboration features under one organizational account. Must provide compliance with ISO 27001 or equivalent with data encryption in transit, TLS 1.2+, and at rest AES-256 or equivalent. Enterprise collaborative design platform, organization tier, quantity 10 seats, must be a cloud-based collaborative design and prototyping platform supporting real-time multi-user editing on shared design files. Must allow centralized organization-wide licensing with at least 10 full seat accounts under a single enterprise subscription. Must include shared component libraries with version control to ensure consistency across multiple teams and projects. Must support role-based access control, single sign-on, and STIM provisioning for secure enterprise identity management. Must provide unlimited version history with the ability to restore and track changes across all design files. Must allow cross-functional collaboration, designers, developers, stakeholders with built-in commenting, feedback, and approval workflows. Must generate audit logs for all user and file activities to meet organizational compliance and COA audit requirements. Must provide enterprise-grade encryption, AES-256 for data at rest, TLS 1.2 plus in transit, and comply with ISO 27001 or equivalent security standards. Enterprise web deployment and edge delivery platform, Pro-tier, quantity 5 seats, must provide a cloud-based hosting and deployment service optimized for modern web frameworks and serverless applications, must include automatic scaling of compute and bandwidth resources with predictable performance even during traffic surges. 20% on-site for coordination, compliance, and training activities, and 80% remote for platform configuration, development, and monitoring. Must deliver applications through a global edge delivery network with low latency routing and caching. Support serverless functions and edge compute execution integrated with the deployment workflow. Must allow team-based collaboration with centralized account management, role-based access control, and organization-level billing. Must include performance monitoring and analytics with logs of deployments, traffic, and errors for compliance reporting. Must provide audit trails of user and deployment activities for COA audit compliance. Must include performance monitoring and analytics with logs of deployments, traffic, and errors for compliance reporting. Equivalency shall be determined based on compliance with all minimum technical specifications under Section 5, including model capability, scalability, API support, and data privacy compliance. Equivalency, evaluation metric, description or evaluation criteria, measurement or reference standard. Under evaluation metric, model family and benchmark accuracy, evaluation of the AI model's performance and relevance to required tasks, based on recognized benchmarks such as MLLU, HELA-SWAG, or equivalent accuracy metrics. Context window and token capacity, ability of the model to handle large prompts, datasets, or documents effectively. Minimum context window and token capacity must be clearly indicated and verified. API latency and uptime SLA, responsiveness and reliability of the API under operational conditions, measured against declared service level agreement, minimum uptime of 99.5% with latency performance logs. Security compliance, adherence to internationally recognized data protection and security standards, compliance with ISO 27001, GDPR, or equivalent certifications, cost efficiency, evaluation of platform pricing, and resource utilization. Based on tokens processed per peso or equivalent cost performance ratio derived from vendor pricing models. Training. Service provider must provide knowledge transfer to at least 20 people on how to operate the solution. Knowledge transfer should be done after the establishment of the solution. Duration of the knowledge transfer should be at least 16 hours. Liquidated damages equivalent to 1/10 of 1% of the cost of the unperformed or undelivered portion for every day of delay shall be imposed. The DICT may rescind the contract once the cumulative amount of liquidated damages reaches 10% of the amount of the contract without prejudice to other courses of action and remedies open to it. Service level agreement. To ensure consistent service delivery and operational reliability, the supplier shall adhere to the following minimum service level agreement parameters. Performance shall be continuously monitored and subject to periodic evaluation by the procuring entity. Any deviation from the standard shall be subject to the penalties or corrective measures outlined below pursuant to the principles of Republic Act Number 12009 and its implementing rules and regulations on performance-based ICT procurement and contract. System uptime, minimum of 99.5% availability, continuous 24/7. For every 0.1% drop below the target uptime, 1% of the monthly service fee may be deducted subject to performance validation by the procuring entity. Response time within 2 hours for critical incidents. As incidents occur, for delays beyond the committed response time, a proportionate deduction from the service fee may be applied per incident based on verified service logs. Support coverage, 24/7 technical support availability, including weekends and holidays, continues. Unavailability of support exceeding 4 consecutive hours may result in 1% deduction. Performance review frequency, quarterly performance and compliance evaluation every 3 months. Repeated non-compliance or 2 consecutive failed evaluations may constitute grounds for contract review, suspension of payment, or termination in accordance with RA 12009 and its IRR. Project duration, delivery of the goods shall cover the uptime of the platform subscription and completion of certification and learning paths. All to be completed within 30 calendar days from receipt of the notice to proceed. The project shall have a duration of 1 year, which includes full support and maintenance services. The validity of the AI tools shall likewise be for a period of 12 months. Single largest completed contract. The bidder shall submit a single largest completed contract. Similar contract shall refer to supply and delivery of AI tools or application development using AI tools completed within the last 3 years, at least 50% of the approved budget for the contract. Payment terms, full payment shall be made upon complete delivery, configuration, inspection, and issuance of certificate of final acceptance and submission of payment documents for procurement of AI platform, credits, software tools, subject to accounting rules and regulations. That's all po, Madam Chair.
Madam Vice Chair, the floor is now open. If the bidder have any questions or clarification with regards to the presented budget.
Okay, let's open the floor to questions. Thank you.
Any questions from the bidder? I think, Madam Vice Chair, there's no other questions po from the respective leader. If the back members po have questions, the floor is now open.
Do the back members have any questions regarding this procurement activity?
None from my end, Madam Vice Chair.
May I ask that the scope of work be returned to number 11 and number 12? I don't know. I might have misunderstood it. While we protect all the personal information that is being collected or that will be collected, it is not explicitly stated that these are considered as data sets. Are they considered data sets? Or you might want to explicitly say that all the personal information collected would be retained by the procuring entity and user.
Madam Vice Chair, yes, we could explicitly state it on number 11.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
That would be it on my end.
Ms. Laarni, just to reiterate lang po yung reminder, can you present po yung reminders to leader? For the reminders to be there, request for clarification should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the Bank Secretariat, back@dact.gov.ph and back.secretariat@dact.gov.ph. The deadline for the request for clarification is on December 6, 2025 at 5 p.m. And a copy of supplemental bid bulletin, if any, at the PhilJobs website, the DICT website, and bulletin board at DICT Labs. That would be all po from the Back Secretariat, Madam Vice Chair.
Okay, I guess with this, any motion to adjourn our 67th online meeting?
Motion to adjourn, Madam Vice Chair.
I second the motion po, Madam Vice Chair.
Okay, with that, we're adjourned. The 67th online meeting is closed. Thank you.
Thank you po. Thank you po, back members. Thank you.